tell people this all the time. The number one thing I get from people is how quickly can I become a millionaire? How quickly can I find success? And I always say the number one common denominator to success is time. Yeah. It's time. Because it takes time to build anything worth a shit. It just does.
It does.
And you even have the question like, well, Logan Paul started Prime, right? And it's just killing, right? Do you know how long it took Logan Paul to become Logan Paul?
Forever.
YouTube
all day, every day.
YouTube for years. Yeah. Again, you want to be successful, but you're not willing to take the time that it's going to take to become successful. Nothing that's worth a shit is going to come like that. It just doesn't. If you can switch in your mind that you want every interaction to be mutually beneficial, you will change the course of your life. If every interaction you have in your mind is set up to be mutually beneficial, meaning you don't go into it unless it will be mutually beneficial, you'll change every single interaction. Because the majority, and when I say the majority, I mean high percentage, all people are doing is going out and looking out for number one. They're only looking out for themselves. What can I take? What can I have? What can I get? It's never, what can I give? I want to have the most impact on the biggest crowd I can possibly touch with this one idea. And that is, I genuinely believe in God. I believe that God is our Father and that we are His children. If that's the case, then we have the ability and the potential to do and be anything that we want in this life, 100%. I want to help people understand that principle, comprehend that principle, and then actually begin to believe that principle. If I can do that, if I can leave this earth with millions of people being convinced of their own potential and capabilities, I'm going to the grave as happy as I could possibly be.
That's awesome.
So for me, all of my mistakes led into my inadequacies, which taught me I needed help. Yeah. And then that led me to the greatest piece I think that I learned from growing up until now, and that's I would rather have a small piece of a huge pie than a big piece of a small pie.
Yeah.
And that's when things started to change for me.
That mindset that people have is I think it's ego driven, it's pride driven, and it is greed driven. And they don't realize that it really does take a village when you get to a certain point in a business. You can be a solo entrepreneur and run that shit till you get to X. But if you want to get to Y and you want to get to Z, you can only be great at a few things.
God didn't put me here to be like you or anybody else. God put me here to listen to Him and to follow Him. And I've said this people have this weird idea of lions, not sheep. The very best leaders have mastered the art of following. Like the very best leaders have mastered the art of following. The real question is, who are you following? My job isn't to curate the best message that's going to get everybody to love me. My job and responsibility is to, when God says talk, I talk. When God says share, I share. When God says post, I post. Yeah. That's it. That's my only job. And that's why, a lot of times I won't even read the comments. I'll just, I disappear from it because it's like, that's not what I'm attached to. How you receive this, what you do with this isn't what I'm attached to. What I'm attached to is making sure that I'm hearing God and I'm saying the things that He wants me to say and doing the things that He wants me to do, shining that light. You know damn well, if you plant your flag and you're like, this is who I am, this is what I believe, these are my morals, these are my standards, this is my declaration to the world, this is how I feel about, being a father, being a husband, being a patriarch, being a leader. You're gonna get people that are gonna f with you. You're gonna get people that are gonna talk about you. You're gonna get people that are gonna lie about you, this and the other. I love that.
I do too.
I love that because it means that I'm saying something that's sparking something. I'm flipping a light switch on, and there's a lot of people that don't like it. But my job isn't to get you to like it. My job is to simply shine the light. That's it. I got one job. That's why I tattooed this lighthouse on my arm. It's like every day I've got one job. Shine the light. I don't give a shit if it hurts your eyes. I don't give a shit if you see. I don't give a shit if you follow. It doesn't matter. I'm not attached to that. I'm attached to one thing, and that's shining the light.
That's a dope analogy. I never even looked at it that way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You've got a bomb-ass Lamborghini here in the warehouse, a sick-ass Lambo. And I always say confidence and arrogance, there's a very thin line. It's one of my shirts. It's a thin line and I like to ride it. Right. And when you're arrogant, you treat people like you act like you're better than them. That's not necessary. But to have confidence means, I'm successful. I could do this. Yeah, I have an ego. I know what I want to do. I have nice shit. I'm allowed to show it. The problem is the people that talk shit, oh, you lost this money, or oh, you drive this car. Those are people that will never do it. Yep. Those are people that don't take chances, that just sit there and they hate and they don't know what else to do, and they really don't matter.
Right.
But everybody listens to them.
Yeah.
Everybody feeds into it.
Listen to losers. I mean, you know, they always talk about the loudest boos come from the cheap seats. You know what I'm saying? Before you talk about my car, you go do it. Before you talk about me losing millions of dollars, you go make $1 million. That's all. Those are the rules. That's how it works. Until then, shut the up.
Exactly.
Because you haven't done it.
Just like how I could post, hey everybody, let's do some burpees on my page for our people. Let's fucking do this, and I get 500 fucking messages. Come on. It was the same way in prison. It was the same way everywhere I went, because I fucking live it to a T. We only should seek a leader who actually incorporates his teachings. That's it. Yeah. That's all you should fucking look for. Is this man really incorporating his teachings? Because that's what we don't have. We don't have an education issue. We have an application issue. Your teacher, your guide, your motherfucker, your mentor has to be fully applying what he teaches for you to have the faith in it. And then his group has to be applying it to a T. Get way passionate remembering the stories of being in prison and being incarcerated, and then thinking about where we're at now. Like, I'm going to leave my penthouse now in my Ferrari F8 that I bought cash, and I'm going to drive it back over to my mansion in Rancho Santa Fe that's 9 acres. That's a just compound. I'm just going to walk by my 9 other exotics that are all paid for cash. I'm just going to let it resonate that we ain't even started. And who gives a shit? Take all this shit. Take it all. You can't take the intrinsic worth I've put in my soul from the work I've done every day. And that's what a true entrepreneur is. That's what a true man is. Someone who validates himself with the work. And I always have people who have trouble finding their validation in other places. I'm like, you only validate yourself with your habits and the work, not the result. The man who validates himself with the work and the habits over the result itself, he can't be stopped. People don't understand conscious autosuggestion. What are you saying? When you're in prison for a long time, your mental witness is so sharp because there's no distractions. So your mental witness, you're watching your thoughts and emotions and everything take place all day. So I've become a master of that mental witness, and I've learned to just stand back and watch my mind work to where I just make sure my daily habits are non-negotiable. Boom, they're set. I'm doing them. I don't give a they're done. And then I just watch my thoughts all day and make sure they're aligned with sticking to everything I need to do and constructing deeper topics, which is the bread and butter of my business, that I'm a deeper thinker and I'm actually a thought leader in the group of people that are my people. I wake up every morning so angry that I could give a about anything I've done. And all I equate that to is what we think is our greatest weakness is actually our greatest strength once we denounce it. So strength is built through restraint. When I restrain that anger and I chip away at that anger with positive acts, it slowly goes away. And the law of polarity will state that someone who does not know the depths of hell cannot know heaven. And so I know the depths of anger and frustration every day. So I reach gratitude and elation at a different degree most people could ever understand. So I really believe people live so weak with so little intensity, with so little commitment that they can't know these two ends that I know. And they'll never be able to reach that level until they take themselves into these places that I've took myself, not meaning prison, meaning within. I coach from compassion and compression, but I'm the opposite. The person who's weaker and is struggling, they need you to compress them. The people like us, we need the compassion because nobody cares about us at the top. Yeah. One of the most famous people on the planet, everyone knows who he is, called me the other day. He said, Wes, how you doing? I said, good. What's up, bro? What's up? And he's like, you good? And I'm like, I'm winning. You know I'm winning. You see me winning. He's like, nobody ever checks on us. Remember that. And this is like the most famous person on the planet. Nobody ever checks on us, Wes. I said, so I'm on your level? He's like, of course you are. And he goes, remember that. Nobody checks on us. And I'm like, that was real. So that's a long time ago I adapted that, but I knew it was confirmed then that the top people, who people don't give any leeway to, they just assume we're good, they need the compassion. And the people at the bottom who are just always everyone's always accommodating their shortcomings because they're weak, which is disgusting. They need to be compressed as a
I just get from my wife every now and then. You're just so hard on the kids. You're just so hard on employees. Because I've got like, look, you can't fix stupid. You can control what you can control. You put in your efforts. Everything's about effort. Everything's about drive. Everything's about believing in yourself, having confidence. If you have zero confidence, you're not going to do shit. And so, no, nothing. It's all you have. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anything else. Like, and I tell my girls and shit like this. Wife sometimes says, you got to learn empathy and sympathy. I'm like, the I do. Like, my strength is what I am. It might be my weakness, but that's who the I'm built to be.
See, the thing is, the biggest thing is that love ain't lies. So you're not showing them love by lying to them. And if their facts fit something that's detrimental to them, you better show it to them. Because this conflict avoided is going to multiply. So you have to just cut it where it's at. If you love someone, you won't lie to them. I'm like what you call a sapiosexual. Like, I'm really attracted to intelligence. So if someone found something out that I couldn't figure out, they trumped me. I'm like, oh, that like, I have to figure out the next thing. Like, and I always dig deep on systems. I'm a real systems person. I always say, you'll never rise to your goals. You fall to the strength of your system. So I create systems that are so bulletproof, they can't fail. Only you could fail at doing them. This system is bulletproof. Now we just have to have you do it. Now that's a mindset and a psychology issue, which I can fix.
It seems like no matter how well you do, Wes, no matter how far you go in life, people like us, you're never satisfied, right? You're still hungry, right? You can continue to eat, you can continue to buy the cars, you can get the mansion. It's still not enough. And it's not that you're arrogant, but I have a rule here. It's called AGB, always getting better, 1% every day. So if a year from now I'm 365% better, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop and let everybody else pass me up. I got to be another 365% better the next year. And you just keep going and you just keep going. Yeah. And what you mentioned earlier is kind of that mindset.
Yeah, happily dissatisfied. I'm happy as I'm proud as myself. But I'm going to sit there and resonate on it, jack off about it all day. I'm going to get right back. I only go for the feeling. So I don't care about the result. I go for the feeling of...
It's the win. It's the hunt.
The win. Hey, you can't stop me. Can't stop me. I'll be there again. They're like, how do you have so much business, Wes? I'm like, first off, I built my whole following organically, the real way. Didn't miss a post for over 5 years on multiple platforms, not once. And it's like, they're just not willing to put in the work on the days that they don't want to work. Because why? They're selfish. I'm not selfish. I live for the world. Me. Fuck Wes Watson. Him. Like, his ass. Nobody gives a about that, especially me. That's why I'm successful. Because I don't give a about me. Like, wear me to dry every day. Wring me out. Just leave me as bones on the floor at the end of this day. But don't leave me having too much energy when that day ends to sit there and beat myself up about what the I didn't do, like every other man on this planet who has too much energy that he's not using.
I think if God gives you that gift of energy, you got to use it. You got to put it to work. And I love how you said you got to show everybody what you've got, because there are people out there that need to know you're real. They need to know, like, hey, I'm a real that's a real I can do this. It's not given to them. And I think you're right. I never looked at it that way, as the more egotistical people are the ones that hoard everything and don't post and don't share. I never looked at it that way. So that's knowledge I'm picking up.
Dude, it's all about them. I'm like a perfect storm. I don't listen to mankind. Like, I don't listen to anything anyone's doing down here. I won't even really listen to people unless they fully, like, match the checklist of what I need to see to listen to them. So that's why I show everything I have, because I need to see it. I need to see it to believe you. Like, I need to see the Stripe account that you really made that this month. And I want to know how much you profited. There's too many of these 20% profit, 9-figure and I'm a 90% profit, 8-figure multi 8-figure. So what? We're way different. We ain't the same. My clean because I'm smart and I can operate a different way. But that being said, I really know that the fact of this whole thing is that we have to create the person that we would listen to. Like, I'm the guy I would listen to, and that's why it works.
Yeah.
If you would listen to Mr. Rogers with a button up, hey, Wes, we're coming to entrepreneur class today. I can't even hear that shit.
I know.
I'm like, what? I don't want to be like you. If I listen to you, will I end up like you? Well, that. I ain't doing none of this shit. I'm gone.
You're right, though. You're right, man. And the too boring. You got to keep it real and authentic.
Imagine you're like from prison and you've been out 5 years. And you're walking out the gym and everybody has to see you walk out to a new crazy ass car each day and just know that this dude's murking it. And then I can teach them all for $3,000 or $7,000 how to change their life completely. Like I have a kid, he signed up the other day for 6 months at 12.5. Like 2 hours after our first call, he made $1,500. And now I'm going to ride with him for life, like guiding him. And I'm just building these dudes who just get it. And what are they peddling? They're telling you to quit drinking. They're telling you to stop doing drugs. They're telling you to wake up early. They're telling you to work out, be positive, read, like understand your internal state and like your energy within and give good energy to people. We're selling the best product known to man, which is healing, bro. And teaching others to do the same. We're not doing it as some granola eating lames who are not who we want to be. Like sitting there by a stream all, oh, this is how you manifest. You have to manifest by doing the goddamn work. Like the who has the highest level of self-mastery, he'll manifest everything. Because guess what? He won't negotiate with the work that needs to be done to make it happen in the real world. A lot of are all spiritual bypassing. They think it's okay to like care so much in God or the universe or whatever the they believe in, to where they don't have to do some real work in the real world. It's like you're supposed to be so spiritually inclined that you run by universal laws, they govern you, and you actually have a tangible result on this plane to then guide other people down here, because that's the goal. Like create entities being created to then orchestrate a massive change down here by truly emphasizing what the moral guidances of an upright man are.
Amen to that, dude.
A lot of people think they're suffering from adversity, and really they're just not getting their way and crying about it. There's a big difference between adversity, true adversity, and just not getting your way and being a whiner about it.
Amen to that.
Jay, we know how hard it is to build positive momentum, and the last thing you want to do when you have it is to destroy it. I'm not going to allow myself to only experience blessings and get weak. I'm not going to let myself only experience blessings and get complacent. Like, I'm not going to allow myself to fall off. I'm thinking, AE, some of the battles that you've gone through in life that made you what you are, don't wait for them to reoccur. Go create them so that the thing that you became by the result of them, you can get those same results without having to wait for them. That's what I'm hearing when I hear create the storm. E.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get muscle from not feeling resistance. Like, it's resistance, muscle. You know, it's resistance, muscle. No resistance, no muscle. Like, it is what it is. We can't look at resistance in a negative way. We have to understand that resistance has its place. Cardio does something for the body. Resistance does something for the body. You know, and so life resistance does something for the body. And I really feel that this sound that comes from my voice, a lot of the passion that you hear and people go online, what up, it's your boy Poindexter. Like, yo, I feel you try to be like me, and I feel that like you're getting loud, but it's not the loud that makes me loud. It is the getting through homelessness. It is getting through my academic struggles. It is getting through all my challenges. It is getting through the relationships that I love and the differences, and we're working it out. Like, what you hear is the muscle from the resistance. You don't just hear volume. You hear the muscle that has been developed from the resistance that I've gone through in life. Why are you going into your marriage with I can't take it. If football was a game, you know what I'm saying? And you were able to be mentally strong and tough in a game, but here you are not mentally tough in life. Nothing changed in my life until I took personal responsibility. You know, the day I stopped thinking that, you know, my mom owes me something because she brought me into the world, and maybe she does, up until what? I don't know, 16, 17, 18, like, I don't know. You know, maybe my biological father, you know, should have been in my life, you know, perhaps. But now I'm at an age where it's like, okay, some things didn't happen for you. How long are you going to sit here and cry about it? You know, there are certain things in this country with capitalism that are fair and that's not fair, right? It's like, bruh, 40%, of my income, what I'm saying, the taxes. It's like, bruh, what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, though.
Yeah.
It's like you can go, man, taxes and not make money, or you can go taxes and figure out how you can make more, and then how you can use, certain laws, and policies and strategize around those, to put yourself in a better economic situation and put others in it. And so I got out of that victim boy into the victor, victor. And I know my state fans they hate when I say it, but Michigan's thing is hail to the victor, and again, I had to get to a point where I became a victor and not a victim. Bro, when you're born in America, I like to believe that God has given us like gifts. I just came into this world with this voice. I just came into this world with this energy. Like, it's a gift that I have. So all of us were born with the gift. Now, I hate, Jay, when people say, you a unicorn. I was like, bro, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I was homeless. I wasn't always using this like this. Like, don't do me like that. I had to foster this. I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn to love my gift. I had to learn to love the uniqueness of how I present and what I do. People didn't always like this. This wasn't always popular, but I realized, you got a gift. This was something that was given to you. Now, unfortunately, every gift isn't unwrapped. Like, every gift isn't assembled. Like, every gift don't come with batteries. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it doesn't mean that it's not a gift. So in America, you were born, God gave you a gift. Then now you're in a country with opportunity. Absolutely, there are challenges. There are hurdles. But I love my wife and I love my children too much to let those hurdles and challenges stop us from living and experiencing the American dream. So I will climb every mountain. I will jump over every hurdle. I will do whatever it takes to take advantage of the American dream. And yes, I'm one of those individuals that believe in the American dream. Are they passing the American dream out at the local convenience store? No, they're not. But does it exist? Absolutely. And the land of the free and the home of the brave. If you want to be brave, if you want to be brave, if you want to be courageous, man, you can make it happen.